Hey, I'm RT and welcome back to RTsWorld. So today we mark a very special date or day. Today I celebrate with you together 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, and yeah, let's celebrate with me here. I really appreciate every single one of you out there. And with that said, just very shortly, I started this channel in 2014, mainly with German videos, but then I switched over to English recently, like 1 year ago, and now 50 episodes later, or 50 casino/building/machines later, I celebrate with you 1,500 subscribers, and I'm very excited about this episode. Since you already saw in the preview, this is Blackjack. It is fully functioning Blackjack in Minecraft. And for those technical and Redstone and Casino Minecraft players out there, you know what that means. Blackjack is a very complicated game. It's not that easy, and it's really hard to get it working in Minecraft. Also, if you want to get it working in a reasonable amount of space and a reasonable amount of resources that you have to spend if you want to build this on a single player or multiplayer world, which is completely doable. This machine is very safe. It's completely doable on any single player or multiplayer world. You can even get some customers there if you play this on a very large server whatsoever. There are no clocks that are running all the time. There are no special circuits needed that usually break some servers. So it's completely vanilla Minecraft, and I'm very excited to show you all the redstone tech behind it. But first of all, thanks to the viewer who suggested this video. So shout out to Cody Brinkley, and he said, "Hey mate, I just wanted to say you're awesome. I've built everything Rexstone had on his YouTube, and now you've given me more stuff to add to my casino. I'd love to see a Blackjack game added if it's possible. Thanks again." And with the comment section done, I have a very short question for you. Today I ask you if there's a need for a block-by-block tutorial for each one of my videos. Usually I do block-by-block tutorials, but for the most complex videos I don't do them, or I split them into two videos, since it would take a very long time, and yeah, my watch time is of course not 40 minutes in average, so YouTube would rank me even worse if I do even longer videos. For example, this build here in the background would easily take me 1 hour to build. So that's why I won't do a block-by-block tutorial in this video, and I also want to ask you if there's really a need for a block-by-block tutorial of each of my videos, or if it's okay if I do it only on simple builds that take around 10 to 15 minutes to complete. And yeah, so make sure to write a comment. So I'm very interested in your opinions here. After all this talking, now we can focus finally on the Blackjack game here in the background, and I really want to anticipate that it took a really long amount of time to figure that out. So it's not very straightforward, it's not very simple to build Blackjack in Minecraft. For all of you that are familiar to Redstone, to casinos, or even how randomizing works in Minecraft, it is not simple to build Blackjack. It is not trivial, and that's also why there are not many videos about Blackjack and Minecraft. So I really try to make this work in single player, multiplayer, on your server world, on your, I don't know, realm with your friends. It works everywhere. It's completely vanilla, it's completely server and single player friendly. And for this video I will show you a few disclaimers at first, then I will go over the machines and the circuits, how they work, and then I will show you the combined circuit once more again and try to explain it to you. But first of all, I want to play it with you again. So let's start. 2 diamonds in there. So we want to get to 21 now, but the house also wants to get to 21, so we have to make sure the house does not get there. So, but the house starts now with an ace. That's not good. We start with a 5. 7. So we have now 12, and what we want to do now is we want to take a card, since 12 against an ace is not very good. So now we have 22 and we already lost. So that's how you lose. Now the house won. So GG house. So we insert the diamonds, 2 pieces. The Blackjack is also 2 to 3 in payout, so we would receive 5 diamonds if we win now. So we have a king, the house has a 2. What's our second card? It's a 6. So usually if you have 16, the house has only a 2, we stay. So we don't take another card, so we see what the house gets now. So the house now is on 13, so the house got an 8 and a 3. So it's 13. It has to take another card since it's not over 16. So what you saw here was the house had 22, and that's why we won. So that's our 5 diamonds here. Nice. So before we get into another game over there with Blackjack, I want to tell you how this game works, how the math behind it works, and what the limitations are for my build here in Minecraft. First of all, we use multiple decks here, so it's possible to get, for example, the playing score of 20 in Blackjack by getting 4 times the card 5. That's completely possible with this machine, which is also possible in most casinos, since they also use multiple decks. One deck, of course, consists out of the 52 playing cards, and we have 13 cards of each suit, and the suits are clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. But we ignore the suits for this Minecraft build. There's just aesthetics and not necessary for the calculation part. What's important is that we have the cards 2, 3, all up to 9, and ace. Ace is special since the value for an ace is 11 in Blackjack. And also can be 1, but we ignore the 1 value here for this build for a second. So ace is 11, and then we have the values from 2 to 9 for each corresponding card. So that gives us a total of 9 cards, and we have a total chance of drawing them of 7.7%. So that leaves us with 9/13 for this row of cards. Next up, we have a 4 in 13 chance, or 30.7 chance, of getting a queen, a king, a queen, a jack, or a 10. And if we add those probabilities, we can get to 100%. So it's 30%, around 31% likely to get a card value of 10 for Blackjack, since king, queen, jack, and 10 represent a value of 10 in Blackjack, or a 7.7 chance to get each of those corresponding values here, or the ace. So now to the simplifications or limitations of my builds. I did not figure out a practical way to get ace to 1. So usually if you get over 21 and have an ace, you can get the ace to 1 and play another round or so. But in this game, ace always equals 11. 1 is not possible. Further, there is no splitting of cards, there is no insurance, and there is no double down. I know that sucks, but maybe I will come up with another Blackjack in the future that has no limitations, or not that much limitations. Another simplification is that we have 7.4% instead of the 7.7 of the real Blackjack, so we have a slight decrease in the values 2 to 9 and the ace. Then we have a slight increase from 30.7 to 33.3% of getting a king, a jack, a queen, or a 10. So slight increase for those cards, slight decrease for those cards. So yeah, that's how it works. I didn't want to make it overly complicated. That's how my Blackjack works. And 21 is always Blackjack, even if achieved with more cards. So if we have, for example, 10 and 11, or 10 and an ace, in a real casino you have Blackjack. But if you have 21 with 3 cards and not with 2, it's not called Blackjack, you simply win. And in my casino, if you have 21, it's always a Blackjack, doesn't matter how much cards. So that are the simplifications, and now I will play another round with you together. So after all that explanations, I want to restart another game. Let's get 2 diamonds in there, and let's see what we get. So house has 7, we have 7. It's pretty bad cards. So I have to get another card now. Let's see what we get. Another 3. So we now have a total value of 10. So I will draw another card. Let's see what the 4th card gives us. Yeah, now we have 20. So we have 10 and the king. That brings us all the way up to 20. House has 7. So we will stay now. I won't draw another card. Let's see what the house gets. It is 18. So it's lower than me. So we won. Great. And now we can pick up our diamonds. Great, so we have now 4 diamonds, 1. Since we only doubled our initial 2 diamonds, we did not have a Blackjack, we just won, so we doubled them. Nice, that's great. And now I will show you how the redstone tech behind this build works. So let's start with the player side. And first of all, I want to explain to you how this machine works. We have here a few dropper, hopper, OR gates. So those dropper, hopper, OR gates split up and they end up all in this row here, and this row is represented by some numbers, which are 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10, and then the ace. So that are all our card values that are possible. Now we can measure a signal strength. Here it is comparator, whereas we just subtract 4 all the time. So if we have here 2, we have here exactly 13 blocks, which means we have here a signal strength of 2 left if this torch is on. Same goes for this side. If we have an ace, for example, we have here power of 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So that's why the ace is valued at 11. So the corresponding value always equals in signal strength at this block here. So then the signal strength is transferred into this circuit, and this observer puts exactly the same amount of pulses out that the value of the signal strength at this block was. So if we have an 11, this observer will send a pulse into this block 11 times. And here we have two droppers attached. In the lower one we have 21 pieces of lime wool, and in the upper one we have 22. So if we transfer exactly 21 over there, we will simply activate, we will deactivate this comparator, deactivating this, activating that, and getting an output right over there. So that's our winning output. But if we get over 21 and get to 22, basically emptying the dropper here on the top, we deactivate the bottom one and shortly after the top one. But the top one is faster, it retracts that piston, and the bottom one cannot go through this block here and get us a winning output. So that's why if we get over 22 signal strength points basically, we transfer all the items over there and we lose. We do not get an output there, which is our winning output. Instead we get an output here on this torch, and we're powering the reset circuit. And the reset circuit simply resets everything, so that pushes all the blocks out and retracts them back again. So now you may ask how I calculated the odds, and for the odds we have here 33% to get a 10. That's the green circuit. If we follow the green circuit, it is below here and it pops up here again. So that's exactly where the 10 is, 33% probable to get a 10. All the other cards are 66.7% combined, that's the cyan circuit. Here we have a 50-50 dropper hopper OR gate, two 50-50 dropper hopper OR gates, 3 of them, 4 of them, and that leaves us with a total here with those 4. Oh, sorry, it's not 4, it is 5, I guess. Yeah, sorry, it is 5, of course. With those 5 dropper hopper OR gates, we can end up in a total of 10 outputs. However, we only need 9 of them, since the 10 is already an output over there, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards left. So the 10th output will basically recycle the pulse and bring it all over here back again. All over here back again. So if we get the 10th output, we can recycle that pulse, start all over again. That's why sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get all the cards if the pulse cycles through. So, perfect. With that explained, I will now start this machine and show you how it works. So, let's get over here. Let's see where the cards get. So now we have the signal traveling there. And we had, which cards did we had? Come on, let's get to the front of the casino. Now we had an 8 and a 10. So here I could draw another card. Let's draw another card. Let's see what we get this time. We got another 10, so that brings us to 28. We lose. That's why everything resets, and that's very nice. So I will press it one more time. So we get the first card. And this orange circuit here is, if we get the first card, we lock this dropper here, and we get a second card. And since we already transferred the item from here to over there, we cannot do that again, and that's why we get only one card after the first card, not 2 or so. Yeah, and now we have a total card value of 18, since we have, it's 19 since we have the ace and the 8. That would equal to 19, of course, in both of those right droppers, but the upper one has 3 left, whereas the lower one has only 2 left. So if I press then the another card button, we can see we can get here to 22, and then we trigger the reset circuit. We get no output down there, and we lose again. So that's the player side. Next up, I want to show you the house circuit. So the house circuit is of course different. The one thing that's the same is the calculation parts of the odds. So we have the same dropper hopper OR gates. We have 10 in total here, 10 different outputs, whereas 9 of them are used for cards, and the 10th one is again recycled over there, together with all the other recycling outputs. And they will simply start the probability calculation all over again until one of those 9 outputs, of those usable outputs, is reached. Next up, we have here a different setup with the droppers. So we have here 22 in the upper one, 21 in the lower one, as expected, as same as the other one, but we have a third one here, which is 16. Since the house has to take cards until it's at a card value of 16 or greater. And that's why we have those third droppers in there. And if we reach that, we depower this piston and we cannot cycle through. Here we have another piston that just extends if we press the button stay. So I will show you how that works. Maybe it's a little bit easier to show it to you than to explain it. So we get the first card now, since the house only draws 1 card at the start. So we got the ace, of course. Or did we get it? No, we cycled through. So we got the 9 now. That's our first card. And we have now 9 items in all of those 3 droppers. And we have also this one here extended, since we are not above a value of 16. So let's get another card. So we stay as a player. Let's see what the next card is. 10, so we have 19 now. And that's why this piston here retracts. We have all the 16 items moved over there, since this comparator is now off, depowering that piston, and we do not cycle through again. I will show it to you one more time after I reset the casino. Let's press it again, the house circuit. Let's see what we get this time. Now we got a 5. Let's press stay. Let's see what we get next. Now we got a 9, so we're at 14. So we're still cycling through here. We're drawing another card. So now we draw another card, and now only the third card. We just closed that piston there. Oh, and yeah, we already went above 21. So that's why the whole contraption reset itself. But the house has to basically draw cards until we have a value greater than 16. If it exceeds 22, it will also lose automatically, but it will stay between 16 and 21, of course. So that's the house circuit done. And if we now get over to this one, this is of course much more complicated, since we have here a lot of note blocks, we have those lamps on the top, we have very long lines of reset lines, but I won't go over them in detail. You can download the world in the video description if you're interested in this world and you want to play around with it. But the main part is, it's super easy to compare all the different outputs. For example, if we get over 22, that's over 21, sorry, that's absolutely no problem. Or for the house, if it's at 16, that it has to stay. That's this dropper here. That's completely straightforward, basically, for the most parts. But the problem is, what happens if you, for example, have a value of 16 and the house has 19? So none of those triggers would trigger. You won't win, the house won't win, since both of you don't have a blackjack, and the casino basically locks in at this position, and that's why we need this comparing circuit here. So that's why we have here this comparing circuit, and we check here if the house or the player has more value in terms of cards. And I will show it to you very easily here on the front. So I will start this casino. Let's start blackjack again. So let's see what we get. So we ended up with 11 and the house ended up with 7. So of course, if we watch those droppers here, we have 11 for the player and we have 7. Where is 7? We have 7 for the house. And in addition, we have here 11 in this dropper, in this hopper, and 7 in this dropper. So blue is house, red is our side, so we have 7 for the house. And what this pink circuit does afterwards is it simply starts a clock here, and these pulses move the items from these droppers one by one into those hoppers. And by doing so, they decrease the amount of items in those droppers, obviously, which is detected by a comparator. And the dropper to empty first is of course the one that wins, since most items or most value, basically the most point values, are already transferred to the item hoppers. So if we have a low amount in this dropper, we have a very high number of cards of card value in our hand. So the first dropper to empty is the winning dropper. So if the house wins, we trigger the blue circuit, and we also lock the red one with these repeaters here. If we power that one, it bedrock locks this repeater, and then we get to the winning lines here on top again. But I won't go over that mess there. So the only thing you need to know is that's how you determine the winner if we are not at 21 or above 21. Next up, I want to tell you about the brown circuits. So we have here the payout circuits, and if we win, not with a blackjack, but if we win, we get the double payout, which is 4 diamonds. So this circuit just provides us with 4 diamonds here at the front, and we have a same circuit, just a little bit longer delay here with the blackjack payout, which is 5 diamonds. I can also press that one. And that's 5 diamonds here at the front. But if there are equal amounts of diamonds in there, and that's also a possibility for this game, so if we have the same card value in this dropper as in this dropper, which is of course now 21, but if it's for example 18 and 18, we both stopped at 18, the player and the house, we then would empty here at exactly the same time, those droppers, depowering those comparators exactly the same time, and we have no redstone pulse which reaches those winning outputs. That's when we trigger this circuit here with a delay, and by doing so we reach this 2 diamond payout, which is equal score for house and player. And if we trigger that one, let's do that. Now I triggered it, so now we have 2 diamonds here at the front. So this casino or this blackjack game can give you the payout if we have equal score, it can give you a payout if we win, and it can give you a payout if you have blackjack, and of course it denies you any payout if you lose to the house. And yeah, I will play it once more with you together. That's a lot of explanations, I know. I hope you could follow me. Let's do it one more time. So we now ended up with 13, the house has an ace, so it's 11. So I need to take another card here. Let's take a card. What do we get? We get a 7, so we're at 20. Yeah, let's stay at 20. 20 sounds good for me. Let's look what it happens if the house draws some more cards. So house got another ace, which is 22 in my game, and that's why the house lost and we as a player won. So that brings us to 29 diamonds, great. So and with that done, I really want to thank you once more again for watching. I know this is also a very long video since we have a lot of explanations and I barely covered all of those redstone lines, of course. I tried to explain the basic logic behind it with those 2 circuits, the player and the house circuit. I hope that helped a lot. Maybe it did. But if you want to play this game on your own, just make sure to try the world download in the video description. And as always, if there are any suggestions that you want to build me, make sure to write a comment in the comment section down below. And I really appreciate your views, your comments, your likes. I already told you that. And yeah, with that said, I will see you hopefully in the next video. And I'm looking forward to the next 1,500 subscribers. So I will see you. Bye bye.